The morning sun bathed Dubai in its golden glow, casting a warm radiance over the city as anticipation filled the air outside St. Francis of a Catholic church. A crowd had gathered, a blend of locals and expatriates, all eagerly awaiting the arrival of a figure who symbolized unity and progress in the UAE. Among the crowd, some clutched small UAE flags while others held rosaries, their expressions a mix of curiosity, excitement, and respect. What brought them together was not just a chance to see a leader, but to witness a moment that transcended boundaries, a rare occurrence in this multicultural nation. A Muslim leader stepping into the heart of a Christian sanctuary. This wasn't just a ceremonial visit. It was a profound statement that spoke volumes about the UAE's commitment to tolerance and interfaith harmony. The arrival of Sheikh Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, was more than just another diplomatic gesture. It was a significant milestone in the nation's ongoing efforts to build bridges between different faiths. It wasn't every day that a figure of his stature entered a Catholic church in the UAE, a country where Islam is the predominant faith, but it was also a country where respect for diverse religions had become a core value of national identity. This visit was seen as a natural extension of the progress made by his father, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, who had made global headlines in 2019 by welcoming Pope Francis to the UAE in a historic meeting. That groundbreaking event had not only marked a turning point in UAE's foreign relations, but it also set a high standard for interfaith dialogue, a tradition that Sheikh Khaled was now continuing to nurture. As the crowd gathered outside the church, the vibrant mix of traditional Emirati attire and colorful Sunday bests painted a vivid picture of the UAE's rich cultural diversity. The simple yet elegant facade of the church stood as a quiet symbol of peace and unity, with a modest cross adorning the top, while the UAE flag fluttered gently in the breeze. The church, though understated, emanated a sense of calm that contrasted with the palpable excitement in the air. As Sheikh Khaled's motorcade approached, the crowd fell into a hushed silence. The sleek black vehicles came to a slow stop and Sheikh Khaled emerged, dressed in his signature white kandura, the sun gleaming off the pristine fabric. He stepped onto the steps of the church with a composed demeanor that seemed to radiate quiet authority. His face was serene, yet his eyes carried a sense of purpose, a purpose that resonated deeply with everyone present. The Crown Prince moved towards the church entrance, exchanging warm handshakes with members of the clergy and community leaders who had gathered to greet him. He took time to speak a few words to attendees, smiling kindly at a group of children who were excitedly waving small UAE flags. The scene was a testament to Sheikh Khaled's humility and his genuine desire to connect with those around him, no matter their background or faith. For many, this moment was symbolic in ways that words could hardly capture. Here was a leader of the Islamic faith, known for his progressive views and commitment to unity, stepping into a Christian sanctuary and embodying the spirit of inclusivity that had become a hallmark of the UAE's identity. The significance of this gesture was not lost on the crowd. As Sheikh Khaled entered the church, the reverence within the building deepened, and the air became thick with a shared sense of awe. This was a rare moment where history and faith converge, and the Crown Prince's presence inside the sacred space was not just a matter of respect. It was a profound affirmation of the values that underpin the UAE's approach to governance and social harmony. Inside the church, the atmosphere was charged with emotion. The soft hum of whispered prayers and the gentle rustling of quiet anticipation filled the sanctuary. As Sheikh Khaled made his way down the aisle, the congregation's initial awe transformed into warm smiles and nods of approval. It wasn't just the Crown Prince's stature that commanded respect, but his demeanor, which reflected an authentic humility that transcended his position. He wasn't a leader seeking adulation. He was a leader engaging with the people in a genuine, personal way. The church itself, with its simple yet serene interiors, seemed to embrace the moment. The UAE flag, proudly displayed near the altar, served as a silent reminder of the nation's commitment to unity and tolerance. Sheikh Khaled paused briefly to greet members of the clergy, exchanging words with them, his calmness and humility evident in every gesture. His actions weren't just symbolic. They were a tangible representation of the UAE's core values and practice. Then came the moment that would stay with everyone present for years to come. Standing before the altar, Sheikh Khaled bowed his head as the priest stepped forward to offer a blessing. The gesture was simple, yet its impact was profound. Here was a Muslim leader, standing in a Catholic church, accepting a blessing from a Christian priest in an act that symbolized peace, goodwill, and the shared humanity that binds all people together. The congregation, moved by the gesture, stood in respectful silence, knowing that they were witnessing something momentous. This was not just an interfaith gesture. It was a powerful reminder that, despite religious differences, there could be mutual respect, understanding, and collaboration. Phones clicked, capturing the historic moment, while whispers of awe filled the air. It was as if time stood still in that moment, and the significance of what was unfolding could not be overstated. As news of the blessing spread, it wasn't just the people in the church who felt the weight of this moment. The world began to take notice. Outside the church, the news quickly made its way across media outlets, setting the stage for a global reaction that was unprecedented. Sheikh Khaled's actions had sparked a conversation about religious tolerance, interfaith dialogue, and the potential for a world where different faiths could coexist peacefully. Inside the church, the atmosphere had been filled with awe and reverence. Outside, it was filled with anticipation and excitement. The priest, having delivered the blessing, shared a gentle smile with Sheikh Khaled. The crown prince's bowing head remained a powerful image, not just for those present, but for the millions around the world who would soon hear about the profound moment that had unfolded in the heart of Dubai. This act of humility and respect, while simple in its execution, carried a profound and far-reaching message. Here was a Muslim leader, Sheikh Khaled, showing solidarity with a Christian congregation in a country where interfaith dialogue wasn't just an ideal. It was a living, breathing reality. It was a moment that transcended politics, transcended religion, and highlighted the universal truth that shared humanity can bring people together, regardless of the traditions or beliefs that may separate them. For those in attendance, the visit had become a symbol of hope, a reminder that the UAE, under the leadership of Sheikh Khaled, was not only committed to preserving its cultural and religious identity, but was also dedicated to fostering an environment where people of all faiths could live together in harmony. And as the crown prince left the church, the significance of the visit was clear. The UAE's commitment to interfaith dialogue and mutual respect was not just a diplomatic gesture, but a deep-rooted principle that would continue to guide the nation's future. The event inside St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church was not just a historic moment for the UAE, but a powerful symbol of the nation's commitment to tolerance, peace, and unity. The image of Sheikh Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan standing humbly before the altar, accepting the priest's blessing, was a vivid continuation of the UAE's journey toward fostering interfaith understanding. This was not just a visit, but an extension of a legacy of goodwill, echoing the actions of Sheikh Khaled's father, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, who had famously welcomed Pope Francis to the UAE in 2019. That groundbreaking meeting had set the stage for a new era of interfaith dialogue, with the signing of the document on human fraternity for world peace and living together, which called for mutual respect among different religions and a commitment to peace. Sheikh Khaled's presence in the church not only honored that legacy but strengthened it, reinforcing the UAE's dedication to creating an inclusive and harmonious society where diverse faiths could coexist peacefully. As the priest's soft yet steady voice resonated throughout the church, invoking blessings of peace, wisdom, and guidance for the crown prince, the congregation felt a sense of unity and collective purpose. The UAE flag gently fluttered in the background, a symbolic and reassuring presence that underscored the nation's ongoing dedication to religious harmony and cooperation. The congregation, a mix of nationalities and faiths, was not just observing history. They were participants in a moment that would soon become a beacon of hope for the world. What made the blessing so extraordinary wasn't just the act itself, but the powerful message it conveyed. It wasn't about one religion blessing another, but about creating bridges of understanding and mutual respect. The gesture was far greater than any political statement. It was an affirmation of the belief that despite differences in faith and background, the fundamental values of humanity, love, respect, and tolerance, could unite people across the globe. The moment when Sheikh Khaled bowed his head in reverence before the priest's blessing became a universally significant image, symbolizing a new chapter in the UAE's pursuit of peace and unity. The UAE flag, standing tall behind them, was a poignant reminder of the nation's values and its efforts to foster peaceful coexistence. Cameras captured every detail, and what followed was the viral spread of this moment, reaching millions across the world. The video, which captured the serene humility of a Muslim leader accepting a Christian blessing, touched hearts globally. The world saw not just a leader of one faith, but a man of great character, humility, and dedication to building a future of shared humanity. This image, especially the one with Sheikh Khaled and the priest with the UAE flag in the background, had an almost cinematic quality. It conveyed a deep, universal message of respect for all religions and cultures, showing that interfaith dialogue and unity were not just ideals to be spoken about, but values that could be practiced. The spontaneous applause from the congregation was another testament to the powerful impact of the moment. It was rare for a religious service to erupt in such a spontaneous show of unity, yet the act of respect and the powerful visual of a leader of one faith humbling himself before a congregation of another was so profound that it moved people deeply. What had started as a quiet visit to a church had now become a worldwide symbol of harmony, and the ripple effects of this gesture would be felt far beyond the walls of St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. The Crown Prince's visit had already made history, but the message it sent about unity, peace, and interfaith dialogue would resonate across nations, cultures, and faiths. It was a reminder that, in a world often divided by differences, unity and respect were achievable goals, and they began with small yet meaningful acts of understanding. As Sheikh Khaled addressed the congregation, his words only added weight to the historical significance of the moment. Standing before the altar, surrounded by the peaceful ambience of the church and the UAE flag, his words conveyed a powerful call for unity. "It is an honor to stand here today in this place of faith and reflection," he said. "The United Arab Emirates has always been a nation that values diversity, respect, and harmony among its people. This visit is a testament to our shared commitment to these values. These were not just words. They were a declaration of intent. The Crown Prince wasn't merely speaking for himself, but for a nation that had long championed the values of respect and understanding among diverse faiths and cultures." His reference to his father's historic meeting with Pope Francis in 2019 was a powerful reminder of the UAE's consistent commitment to peace, and his words about continuing that message of unity and peace further solidified the message he was sending. Sheikh Khaled's message of building bridges in a divided world struck a chord with the congregation. "Our differences are not barriers," he said. "They are opportunities to learn, grow, and find strength in each other." His words were a call to action, encouraging everyone present to take the lessons of tolerance and respect beyond the church and into the world. The standing ovation that followed his speech was not just a recognition of his words, but of the sincerity behind them. The crowd, moved by the Crown Prince's humility and the powerful symbolism of the moment, knew they had just witnessed something rare, a moment of deep interfaith respect that transcended national and religious boundaries. As the applause echoed through the church, it was clear that this moment would live on in the hearts and minds of those present. The impact, however, was only beginning. The footage of Sheikh Khaled's visit quickly went viral, reaching millions through social media platforms. The scene of a Muslim leader standing humbly in a Catholic church, receiving a blessing from a Christian priest, was so universally compelling that it quickly became a global sensation. The UAE flag, fluttering in the background, was not just a symbol of the nation, but a visual representation of the message of unity, tolerance, and peace that Sheikh Khaled had championed. As the video spread, reactions poured in from people around the world, praising the Crown Prince for embodying the values of the UAE and for taking such a bold step in furthering the cause of interfaith harmony. What began as a quiet visit had transformed into a defining moment, a moment that would resonate far beyond the church walls in the UAE, sparking conversations about the power of unity in an increasingly divided world.